What is going on, guys? It's Adam and Marf. Today's show is going to be packed. We're going to talk about everything that just happened over the weekend, including a nuclear power plant shutting down. Just a coinkydink there, We'll be right back right after this with that and every other fantastic Freddy. Nothing in this show should be considered legal, medical, or financial advice. The views of the callers can differ considerably, do not necessarily reflect the opinions of myself, Dex, or anyone else on the show. You should always do your own research and consult with professionals. The internet is full of fake news. Please take everything with a grain of salt, and please respect our mods. Their job here is to make sure that the chat is awesome. Today's show is brought to you by NordVPN. We'll tell you more later, but again, use that special savings code Marfoogle to help the show and save a huge chunk of money. Marfooglenews.com/VPN. All right, what is going on, guys? It's Adam A.K. Marf, and this is Marfoogle News. I am here with Dex. We'll bring him in just a second, but I do want to let know that there are new viewers here, a lot of them over the last couple days, about 1,000 new people that probably haven't even seen a show yet live. This is a live show. Anything can happen. And we actually take the time before every single show to back up what we say. So if we show you here a video, a document, or a tweet, or a picture, it's all going to be on marfooglenews.com. Now, when you go to our website, you'll see it's very easy to navigate. You just look for today's thumbnail, shut down, but why? And then, of course, once you click on that, you will have a bibliography of all of our sources so you know exactly where you are getting your news from. I just want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. Yesterday, of course, everybody was saying happy Father's Day to me. Really great. One thing that I did pull out of that, though, is on Twitter. I posted, happy Father's Day, and I got probably about 60 responses and people, retweeting or replying to my tweet. And it was funny because I saw about 12 that were, happy Father's Day. And then it says, show offensive or show tweets that may contain offensive content. And I opened it up to about 20 people just saying happy Father's Day. And I said, well, what is the difference between the people on the top and the people that are put in the may show offensive content? And then I looked at their profiles and I go, oh, that's the difference. My theory is that some people are not marked by what they're actually tweeting, but by what they have been marked as. I don't know. Just my theory. I thought that was pretty interesting. If you do want to support us in any way, on the right side of our website under every current show, you can actually go over to support us through an affiliate. You can support us through PayPal, Amazon. All the links are all over there. Let's bring in Dex. Dex is my co-host / internet brother. And what's going on today, and how are you doing today?
Well, hello, Adam, and hello, Foogle fam, and happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Well, thank you, and happy Father's Day to you as well. So let's get right into the news. Again, just a reminder, marfooglenews.com. You can get push notifications of the exact minute we go live right to your phone. Indian citizen scientists discover 4 near-Earth asteroids during NASA program. The first thing I thought of is these are citizen scientists finding these things. How are we not? I don't know. I guess it's like if they're finding them, it's probably that these are NEOs that we've already found, but maybe they're just not telling the public about. My thought was that they have all these professionals all around the world looking for them, and if they do spot them, if they really are dangerous or in the future they might have a chance of impact, I wonder if they would tell us. My gut says they wouldn't, and I bet you they wouldn't tell us until they either had a solution or they had 200 years to come up with a solution. It says a 6-member team of an Indian citizen scientist discovered 4 new near-Earth asteroids during an asteroid search training program conducted with the collaboration of NASA International Astronomical Search Cooperation and Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous organization under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Near-Earth asteroids are frozen rocks orbiting the sun with the closest approach to the sun of less than 1.3 astronomical units. An astronomical unit is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. These asteroids can sometimes cross the Earth's orbit and come very close. If such an asteroid is larger than 140 meters in diameter, it is considered a potentially hazardous. Astronomers monitor all potentially hazardous near-Earth objects. The citizen scientists underwent a 45-day training program under the Satire India Asteroid Search Campaign conducted by the All India Asteroid Search Program. What a name there. All India Asteroid Search Program. So one thing is, are they just bringing a ton of people in to search for asteroids right now? Is that something that is going on? Two, is it normal for, these guys to basically take the equivalent of a speed course on this and find 4 NEOs, in their first month? That's kind of weird to me. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 NEOs that somehow all of the others missed. Or did they miss them at all? What do you think about this, Dex?
Well, it seems to me that NASA is outsourcing asteroid discovery, but if it's working, then maybe that's a good thing. Like, more eyeballs on this, the better, right? If a team of, students taking a training course can find 4, then maybe they need to be, training teams of, 20, 30 students, every day, and let us find anything else that might be out there that we're not seeing.
I wonder if they have a call center that's based in the U.S. That would be that'd be clever. Choosing science communicators and science teachers for the asteroid search program set a new paradigm, said Kuchipudi Garoria, and it says one of the members of the team that made the discovery. Deccan Chronicle reported that Garara, vice principal of Sri Sahatha Sai Gurukulam School, I think I did good on that actually, Andhra Pradesh, is the coordinator of Venus Visa Club, a science club registered with Vigyan Prasar. The team of discoverers was led by Mecca Satasha Rekha, a science teacher who won the National Teacher Award. Rekha, who teaches at a school at, they had to put all the city names in here. Rajamundry, Andhra Pradesh, was praised by Prime Minister Narendra Modi for her teaching efforts. I'm just going to meditate. Other 4 members of the team include M. Suresh. They had to put their full names in. Come on! Really? They had 4 people there, and they discovered 4 asteroids, near-Earth objects. Unbelievable. You can finish all of these, this article, or finish their names at marfooglenews.com, because I'm not going to butcher any more. The point is, though, these guys took basically a mall speed course to do this, and they found 4 NEOs. Whether you believe it or not, that they're finding them at all, or that space exists, not up to me. But what I do know is that if this is true, then that means that amateurs are just basically looking up and seeing them right now. What is that? Does that at all kind of back up what I've been talking about, at least? In my heart, I feel like there is a lot more coming our way. Again, and we actually have physical proof of that as well. We've had to show you. These sightings of stuff coming in have gone up in every single category. If you're new here, we actually showed the official stats on these sightings of things coming into our atmosphere have not only doubled, not tripled, but quadrupled in just the last 4 years. So something that has happened in the last 4 years, maybe going through a belt or whatever that they're not telling us about, has increased everything. And they go off of, did 10 people see it? Did more than 100 people? Did more than 1,000 people see it? Did less than 10 see it? They go into that how they keep the stats, and all of them have quadrupled. I mean, one was like 22 the one year, then it was 44, then it was 88, then it was 165. It just kept going like this. It was just skyrocketing. Why is there so much stuff coming in our atmosphere? And if you do look up all the time, like most of us in the audience, I know that a lot of you are space watchers or sky watchers, whatever you want to call it. Why have just regular people like me seen things come in and burn up? It's like, yes, a lot of people will see, an asteroid or two or something burn up in our atmosphere in their lifetime. But it was like one year I saw 4 things, videotaped at least one of them. It's like everybody is videotaping these. They're going all over Twitter. And then, of course, they always have something for it. Oh, it came in and burned up. The ones that we're looking for are the ones that won't burn up. So what do you think about it? I'll head over to the chat here in a minute. Thank you, new people, Lisa Ritter, Cash Only J, Lola Cafe, Carly Seaver, Michelle Blaskovich, Sheriff Esquire. Thank you so much for subscribing there. Kimberly Scott, thank you. Jonathan Kirk, William Grajaba, Maelstrom, and Jason McCormick. All names I can read. And then we have the asteroid believed to be worth 10,000 quadrillion could just be a pile of rubble, study suggests. It says that asteroid that was once thought to be worth 10,000 quadrillion, which is like unfathomable amount of money, and make everyone a billionaire, could actually be just a pile of rubble. NASA will head the asteroid 16 Psyche, long thought to be the core of a dead planet, in 2022 to determine if it really contains enough metal that it's worth 10,000 quadrillion and could make every person on the planet a billionaire. But one new study suggests it's more likely a pile of rubble. The research published in Planetary Science Journal suggests that 16 Psyche is about 82% metal, 7% low iron pyroxene, and 10.5% carbonaceous chondrite. So it could also have a bulk density or how much empty space is inside at 35%. Those figures are well below previous estimates that said it could contain as much as 97 or 95% metal, making it chock full of iron, nickel, and gold. So I love how every article that has ever talked about this, because they've been talking about this for months now, says that it would make everyone on the planet a billionaire. No, it would make like 100 people quadrillionaires. Dex, don't you love how they say that?
Yeah,
like we're gonna get a chunk of it. It's not like you live in Alaska and you get paid because they're making money off it. No, nobody's gonna be a billionaire.
The only way it would work is if they pulled a De Beers and tried to manage, like hiding away and storing all the diamonds somewhere, hiding away and storing all the iron and slowly trickling it out, so they could control the flow. But yeah, it's also the other way to think of this is like if you just found the biggest gold mine in the world, wouldn't you come out and put up a big billboard and said there was no gold found here, so everybody would leave and go away? So maybe this is that billboard.
So do you think that Dex is right, that they may just be saying like, oh yeah, it's actually a pile of rubble, don't worry about it, it's not actually 10,000 quadrillion dollars, and it's not actually going to go to the 5 families that run things? Who knows? Jason McCormick, thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. I appreciate that about 10 minutes ago. And then over on DLive, thank you everybody that has piled in already. Gone Girl 777 says, fam, watch BP Earthwatch, his last video, biblical. I will check it out. You guys know that BP Earthwatch is a good friend of the show, and we always represent him and even put his links in the chat. When we were allowed. I know that a lot of stuff we can't even do anymore. Zippy Moons, hola, Mother Foogles. Mother Foogles, I like that one. Bling and Grammy says thanks for the show. Adam Dex and Wives, thank you. And then Bear Claws, Serenity PA, Pam Beth, Johnny Fry Guy is here. We've got all sorts of great people. Pisces, Carolina Roots, Vashadow, Sandra in Texas, PMG 2020, thank you. And Virtual Anna. Zippy Moons, again, thank you so much for the Ninja Guinea. Your support is appreciated. And then, let's see here. We've got... Woman says she's fallen for alien after UFO abduction, and they're better than British men. Dex, I think that this is one that you need to explain.
I have no experience in this category. I think the headline says it all, but can you imagine, like, we've heard every UFO abduction story under the sun since the 40s, right? Now we've got one that she's in love with them. This is really interesting, huh?
I personally think that this, and I'm not trying to put down anybody that believes that they are abducted. I think that this is so over the top that this woman is trying to do it for like internet fame, perhaps. I don't know. Again, not to put down anybody. I know that we have viewers that have called in and they truly believe that they've been abducted, and who knows? I'm not one to say that they haven't. But it says that Abby Bella has landed herself an out-of-this-world lover. She claims she has fallen for an alien after being abducted by a UFO. Abby reckons that she was taken from her bedroom window this month. Last month, we told how a Gran from Bradford said that she was abducted by aliens more than 50 times. Paula Smith claimed her first close encounter was when she was a little girl, and they had continued ever since. The 50-year-old even shared images of bruises she claims were left on her body by aliens. It says, but actress, okay, this is why. Actress Abby, who is in her 30s, says her E.T. paramour is her soulmate and better than any Earthling. Today, she's still waiting for a second date with her sweetheart from Andromeda Galaxy. So I'm gonna give you guys the vote on this, and we're not putting her down in any way. But again, she is an actress trying to get her big break, and to be honest, if you look at how people get their break nowadays, it is through some sort of dumb internet fame. Look at singers like Bad Barbie, like people like that they got famous because of a meme like Cash Me Outside. That's how people get famous nowadays, which is just absolutely mind-bending. There's plenty of examples. So, one, do you think that she's doing this for just attention and for internet fame? Or two, do you believe her? Yeah, I don't think you should feel bad for putting either answer. Do you believe that she found a extraterrestrial lover, or do you think that she's faking it for attention or internet fame?
One question I have is all of this alien information that's all being spun up now, with only maybe a week or two away from them potentially releasing that report. Is this part of it? Is this part of the reveal? Is to sort of get our minds at ease that, oh, people are dating these guys. They're great.
What
aliens.
Was the show with Johnny Depp? What was the show that I think it had Johnny Depp in it, where wasn't it like half the police force was aliens and half wasn't? Or am I mixing up two shows? It wasn't 21 Jump Street. It was another weird show. Maybe it was at the same time as 21 Jump Street, but it had police working with regular cops. Maybe it was the 90s. I don't know. What I do know, though, by the way, all ones. Basically, everyone believes that she's doing it for internet fame.
Well, the only show I can think of has nothing to do with Johnny Depp is Mork and Mindy.
They were all bald, but it was super serious drama. Nobody knows that. It was back in the 90s, I believe. Alien Nation. Was that it? Sounds familiar. They were it was like a crime show. It was like Law and Order, but it had these bald, kind of bluish, freckled, bald aliens. Not X-Files. Alienation, no. This is older. It's 90s. Maybe even late 80s. Not Coneheads, but that was a great movie back when SNL was actually funny. Do you remember that? I think that's when Apocalypse really started, is when SNL went downhill. I do not know a single cast member name on SNL now, which is really sad. Because it used to be, it doesn't matter how old you were, you knew every character on SNL. And again, we're showing you this because look at how much UFO stuff is in mainstream. This is literally what they believe everybody wants to see. I don't get it. It says UFOs shut down 10 nuke missiles at 10 U.S. bases and may have been alerted to humanity by first atomic bomb blasts. It says that UFOs allegedly shut down 10 nuclear missiles in a bizarre incident at a U.S. military base, and the global phenomena may have been triggered by the first atomic boom. In the 1940s, it has been claimed. Strange objects in the sky are under intense focus as the U.S. is to release an intelligence report ordered by Congress on the issue after a flurry of leaked videos showing close encounters with warships and fighter planes. If you've been under a rock, they're supposed to come out with this report this month. Dex, do we still not have this report?
No, we still don't. It's not out publicly, but I would think it's going to be in the next couple of weeks from some of the things I've been reading. A lot of what this article is talking about is stuff we've already covered, but this whole correlation to the first nuclear boomer going off is really interesting. And I think there's a couple of spots in this article that we've highlighted that cover that, where it talks about like what was the timing, when did that first happen, when did we start getting vast number of UFO reportings, right? And they actually do correlate.
So Mr. Hesseltine told the Sun Online it is likely that when the U.S. detonated the first atomic boom, that it literally sent shockwaves out into space and alerted other civilizations that life on Earth has evolved technologically to the point that it could split the atom and create atomic fusion. From that point on, it seems that UFOs began to show up near U.S. military installations and worldwide. It says that this is dismissed as a theory for decades. Former U.S. defense officials, sitting politicians, and former presidents, Obama and Clinton, have acknowledged there is something unusual going on with UFOs. So now everybody's starting to take it. I've seen tons of videos of these scientific YouTubers coming out and going, I just can't believe it. They're actually saying it. Now we've got to accept it. It's true. UFOs are real. So now what are they and how can they be doing this? I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors that possibly could be going on. That's for sure. But I don't know. I just don't think I want to know why the hell they're so pushing this. But what if? And I just would always like to have you guys think about the what ifs. I think we should. We don't have to be 6-year-old to have an imagination. Do you remember, what that was like to have an imagination? What if? What if when we did this atomic boom, the first one, it sent a shockwave and it brought these things, and they've been monitoring us ever since. More
specifically, Adam, the U.S. detonated the first one. It was codenamed Trinity in July of 1945. And then the first wave of UFO sightings followed in the late 40s, right after that into the 50s. That was the big first wave of UFO sightings.
So, and by the way, this would still leave open the, the doors that they've been watching this the entire time, because back in the days of Egypt and, pre-Bible, they have all of these hieroglyphs. What if this whole time they were giving technology, and then when that hit, they go, oh, they did it. They created atomic fusion or something, and then started coming back. Or I've even heard theories from some people saying that they planted a seed, like the human race was a seed that they planted, and they were waiting for it to get up to a certain level or perish. All sorts of crazy theories out there. But it is very interesting as far as, having this kind of time correlation with atomic fusion. And then, of course, all of the start of UFOs, and they're showing up here on Earth.
Is there any coincidence that the first boomer was named Trinity?
I don't know. That's it. That's again. And then let's see all the meanings of Trinity. In fact,
the big one to me is Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. So.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if there's any other meanings though. The Holy Trinity. There's always double. The Christian Godhead as one God in 3 persons, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. So it literally was, when they were taking this, they meant it to be that. A group of 3 people or things. Trinities, the wine was the first of a trinity of 3 excellent invented. Oh, I guess, so 3, a state of being 3. God is said to be Trinity and unity. Wonder if that was like stage 3 or stage 1 of 3. Who knows? Christian Harrelson, Daryl Calhoun, thank you for being here. Gematria, says Vernon Valcombe. NorCal Public Watch, Saul DePaul, says Triune God. Thanks, Lisa, says Cheryl Zirkle there. Harry Balls, what's going on? Trinity Matrix. Unholy Trinity, says Daryl. Brandy Yaucom says Trinity, Pope, Queen, and President. Brent, he was correct. Very apt. You remember that, says Bill C. Green Doe Anderson is here. We've got Warhammered. Duck Hawk, thanks for being here as well. Blowtorch Barbie. Anything to the look of Bezos rockets. And then Musk and his link. Vulgar Truth says. Forest Farmers here. Zenato, 19. And Sheepdog, Leap of Faith. Thank you, everybody that has popped in. Let me actually open this and see if I can make sure that I can see both chats. Hold on. And all right. And then again, we'll right it before we get into this. Shocking images. America's newest aircraft carrier endures explosive tests off of Florida. This is actually updated. Do you want to explain this, Dex? We actually have video that goes along with this.
Well, yeah. So apparently there was what's called a shock test, and we haven't done one in quite a while. It's been a while since we've actually done them. And what they do is they put a newer ship, in the way of a potential blast, a shock, in the water, and they test the ship's endurance to be able to withstand that. We haven't done it in quite a while, but apparently the Gerald Ford was scheduled to do it. And it was interesting because when it was, they didn't say exactly what date, or maybe they did, but most people didn't know about it because they talked about it maybe a month or so ago that they were going to do this. But then everybody was saying, an earthquake was registered off the coast of Daytona. But then as time went on, they were able to correlate the fact that, hey, they did this shock test and it was the same time. So it was so strong that it registered like a 3-something off the 3.6, I believe, off the coast of Daytona. And then now the Navy has come out and released all the footage from it so that everyone can see what actually went down.
And it's pretty impressive. We're going to show you because it is under Creative Commons, so we can show you. But I do want to say thank you. That a couple of you that I did not see. Jason McCormick says, Fox and Turtle, thank you so much. Love Optimistic, thank you for the super sticker. Lola Cafe, I appreciate you. Zippy Moon says, don't be a slouch, show Marf and Dex love, and hit that like button. Thank you, Zippy Moons, I appreciate that. And Cab7, who normally goes and shows love over on DLive, came all the way over here to YouTube to say much love, brother Adam. Thank you, Cab7. You are always pushing positive. If you guys haven't checked out his channel, again, he's on YouTube and on DLive. He's a really, really awesome guy. He's all about pushing people up. And then Frankie Rios, thank you, says now they're talking about geoengineering tiny humans and spiking the vegetables with edible bee strings. Yes, I know. It's pretty insane that we're living in pretty much in. In fact, I was just talking to Global Witness. If you've ever seen that channel, he is actually in town. We were going to try to meet up, but he has just incredible story behind his life and everything that he's done. But again, he was talking about different things. He said something, though, that really stuck with me, and I was telling him, how we've done code words for a long time, and we've survived. Well, a lot of people have not, like Fantastic Freddy or, all the stupid things we say, right? And people give us crap for it, but we're still here. And he said back in the days of Jesus, why do you think Jesus spoke in parables? Because when you just spoke out the truth, you were persecuted. I thought it was a really good analogy, not saying that I am, but every one of them did. All of them spoke in parables. It was kind of like their code. It was their stories, so you would get the meaning behind the stories. I thought it was I thought it was a very good analogy. So, anyways, we can't. Otherwise, we will be put up on the, And by the way, those were for everybody back then. Close Encounter of the Eggplant Kind, says Ilea. Speaking of that, that ordeal there. And then Frankie Rios says, The Fringe. Let's see. Ilea says, dude, what if the ghost cities in China are actually set up for an incoming alien race? Okay, that is a trip. Ilea, you can't even comment anymore. You're going to scare me. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Okay, thank you, Ilea. I appreciate that. That is a trip. And if you don't know what the ghost cities are in China, that is a whole nother thing. In fact, if you go to our website, marfooglenews.com, and type in ghost cities, I've done shows on it, and I show all sorts of pictures. There's over 1 million just unused buildings. There's whole skyscrapers. It's entire cities built with no one living there. Not like a few people, but no one. Full-on housing things. You've got a whole city with skyscrapers. Every one of them is empty. You've got areas that are made up to look like every major city, like Paris. You've got a mini Eiffel Tower. You've got New York. You've got a mini Empire State Building and a mini Statue of Liberty. You've got Italy. You've got the Arc de Triomphe. I mean, it looks like it would be like a Vegas or something, but it's not. It's actually being, they're building millions of units that are just uninhabited. It's weird. All right, on another note, today's sponsor, EMP Shield. If you have not checked these guys out, there's a reason why we go through them. If you have any history with our channel, that you'll know this is something we actually firmly believe in, and I hope that the more people that we can help get them, the better off we will be. EMP Shield actually protects you not only against a human version of this, but can also protect you against the natural kind, a CME, a solar flare up to 228,000 amps, and it can protect your home or your generator or any other device that which you choose, can protect it against lightning. Again, they make one for your generator, for your house, for your car, for your boat, of course, for your solar system. These are all things that you can protect, even your ham radio. Again, it will protect against all three phases. This is the same technology that the military is using. In fact, they have contracts with agencies like DHS, Department of Homeland Security, DOD, and now, of course, on the DEMSO team with the Texas Grid. Go to marfooglenews.com/EMP. Again, don't wait until it's too late. Once the lights go out, you should be able to start your generator up again. But will you? All right, Dex. So here's the videos of these tests. This is under Creative Commons, so we have full permission to play this as for educational use here. So it says full ship shock trials aboard the USS Gerald R. Ford. Let's see here. Let's see if there's... let's see. And then we have another one. This is a different angle, I believe. Check this out. It says 4 views of the shock trials.
Right now on the overview, tracking mysterious objects.
Whoop, hold on. Let's see here. Go back.
9, 8,
check that out.
7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. stations.
Dang.
Brace for roll. Brace for roll. Six, four, three, two, one, shoot. All personnel remain in GQ stations. Brace for roll. Brace for roll.
I'm actually kind of surprised it doesn't send out more of a shockwave.
I was thinking the same thing, and maybe, and I don't know much about like underwater and the Navy and what they do, with ships like this, and maybe it's all under the surface and you just can't see it. Like maybe that's really what we're missing.
Well, what's weird
these
is
big explosions above ground, right? You see that wave
Right now on the
shock.
hold on, Dex. Sorry about that. Boom, boom. Okay, so yeah, you see that above ground, you see that, and even some of the ones that we've seen of smaller explosions have that kind of big wave go through. I don't get it.
It must be totally different underwater because, in the atmosphere, you've got sound pressure or air pressure, which is what that wave is. And I guess it's totally different in the water pressure.
But still,
and I imagine it means something to the ship under the water.
yeah, it's probably hitting them very hard. I guess we don't know enough about that specific blast, but that was huge. What was weird is it shook, and then they said brace for something. So I didn't, is there a secondary thing that hits? Maybe somebody in the Foogle fam that was in the Navy would know. How regular are those, and what kind of explosive was that? That it didn't even make a sonic boom type of thing. We've seen that with the Bay, the Root. That one from all of the different angles sent that huge blast. Think about that. This is something that they are testing, a massive explosive, and it has nothing to that Beirut thing. I mean, that was just whoosh, and it sent it for miles and miles.
They did, the whole entire team on the Gerald Ford did have fish that night for dinner, so.
Is cities progress in airborne laser that shoots down drones? So this is actually a flying one. Again, this is a actual drone that can shoot down other drones. It says the IDF said Monday it had successfully tested an airborne high-power laser that can shoot down drones, a technology it hopes to deploy on a larger scale in the coming years. A prototype developed with the Elbit Systems was mounted on a civilian plane and successfully shot down, quote, several drones in a recent test over the Mediterranean Sea. According to Brigadier General Yanif Rodum, head of the military research and development of the Defense Ministry, this went down. So it says we successfully intercepted several UAVs in the air. Rodum told the media this is groundbreaking technological achievement, and it's critical for further development of our airborne high-power laser system. So we're going to see some Star Wars here in a second. There's a lot of lasers being developed. So we're going to see probably more lasers in the future than we will actual, old school bang bangs.
Well, it's interesting. We had them on our ships, right? Like it wasn't, but a couple years ago we were showing off, and even that was probably already a year or two old. These lasers that were on these massive ships, and these basically had these huge energizing, systems on them, so that they could, take stuff out in the sky. So now we're seeing other countries, but obviously when you deploy it on a small civilian plane, they're getting more compact. That's what I'm taking out of this.
Yeah, because before they were the size of a car. You could not, you had to, the small ones were the size of, say, a VW Bug.
Yeah, not counting the electricity that had to be generated to run through it, right?
Yep, exactly. And then Stephen McMahon says, I am not a cat. God bless all in this house. I am not a cat. Okay. Global Witness says support Marf. Oh, well, thank you, Global Witness. Again, I was just talking about you a second ago. Your analogy on why, how we have to use codes, and it's kind of like parables in Jesus' days. Jason McCormick, thank you so much for your support as well. And then let's see here. And by the way, if you guys have not checked out Global Witness, make sure to go over and subscribe. Make sure to love Mob and say hello from the Foogle fam. He's got a lot of great people over there. He's got a very loyal crowd. And then Ilea, thank you. Oh, Lisa K has just popped in like crazy over on DLive. Several diamonds, it looks like, and several Ninja Guineas. Kelly2334. Thank you. Gone Girl says, okay, car show people. Woot woot. Oh, thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. Lisa K 23, thank you as well. Kelly2334, again, thank you. Lady Neck. And then Lady Neck, I'll have to check that afterwards. I can't check a link there. Cynthia Lynn, they are booming again in Florida. Ocala area inland. So they are booming down. Okay, so by the way, got a video. Dex, I don't know if I sent it to you or not. We have a video of the weird trumpets are back. Somebody in the Foogle fam got a direct video of it and gave us exclusive permission to show it. So I can probably show that here on today's show. We wouldn't have this evil tech if not for the Fallen, says Gone Girl 777. Mostly, that's what I said. Like, what if they've been coming and dropping? They've been working with us, like many have said. Scooby-Doo Do-Ride. M. Menching says, I have seen several UFOs in my life. Lisa K23 says, fallen angels, a.k.a. aliens, probably gave us nuclear in the first place. And then PMC 2020, thank you. And thank you. Fallen angel technology, Enoch 200 Mountain Hermon. Sandra in Texas, they are normalizing these perversions. Yes, they are. There's so many of them as well. I miss 1980s SNL. Yes, I miss it as well. Power Fantastic, thank you for following. And all of the new subscribers that have just joined us. Really, really do appreciate all of you guys here. On a serious note, again, this happened. So Dex, first of all, we've been talking about power outages. We've been talking about nuclear plants going down. But this is a very specific nuclear plant. This is obviously, there's some sort of tit for tat going on behind, the scenes, and civilians are not going to be told what's actually happening. This is something bigger than I think that we understand. What do you think, Dex?
Well, absolutely. And this is their only nuclear plant, right? So to see this happening, we've seen, we know that this country has put out a lot of positions that they want to go more nuclear, and they want to have, take it to the next step. And we've done everything to sort of push back, and not just we, I think a lot of people have aligned to sort of push back and say, no, we don't need any more out there. Everybody that's got them is too much. That, they're continuing to march forward. So there's been numerous things that have happened in the last so many months, 6 months, or probably even many years now, against these plants or against these plans that they have. And you've seen various things. So this is really interesting now to see all of a sudden, without any explanation, this plant being shut down.
Yeah, and it is I country's only and sole nuclear power plant has undergone an unexplained temporary emergency shutdown, the country state TV reported. An official from the state electric company Tavanir, Golomani Rakashanahana Mayor, said on a talk show that aired on Sunday that the Bashir plant shutdown began on Saturday and would last for 3 to 4 days. Without elaborating, he said that the power outages could result. So it probably sounds like it's going to take 3 to 4 days to fix this. This, in my opinion, very well could have been an operation where we took it out, they took it out, CIA took it out, KGB took it out. Who knows? Something is going on there. Or they took it out themselves to then later go, there's fingerprints from this agency or this agency, and now this gives us a reason to go over and do this. Basically, a what do they call it? A Fantastic Freddy. The algorithm, it misses humor completely too. So it's so not funny that it just lets those through. The report came as top diplomats said that the further progress had been made at talks on Sunday between I and global powers to try to restore a landmark 2015 agreement to contain the I country's nuclear development that was abandoned by the T-Man admin. It says that they said it was now up to the governments involved in the negotiations to make political decisions. Earlier in the day, Tavernier released a statement saying that the Bush-Near nuclear plant was being repaired without offering further details. Okay, first of all, you do not just shut down a nuclear plant for repairs. In fact, you don't shut down a nuclear plant. They're supposed to keep running the whole time. To shut down is a whole process in itself. We've seen this from however many disasters that have happened in the past. So obviously something is going on. I would keep your head on a swivel right now. Everybody is expecting something massive to snap at any time. And I think that's a really good way to look at it without fear. Just to understand that there are so many things going on. I didn't get a chance to talk to Global Witness about this earlier, but some of the stuff that's happened, like, so when T-Man was in office, he took out Soleimani, and Soleimani, of course, said that he was going to do this attack that would make September of 2001 look like chicken feed. He took him out. That was what he publicly said. If it's true or not, I don't know. But he didn't get his right-hand man. They did a simultaneous attack on the two head honchos and only got the one head honcho. That's like hitting the bee's nest, and you didn't really get it down. So now you just pissed him off. What do you guys think? Again, now they've done some stats. There's a lot of sleeper cells. This country is not on the same level as some of the others. We're not doing business. We're not importing a ton of stuff from the I countries. They're not, it's not the same kind of, not the same relationship as some of the other countries that we have this ordeal with. Do More has subscribed. Thank you. Maelstrom, I appreciate you. Dan Dillinger, thank you so much for subscribing as well. If you subscribe during the show, you will get a shout out. I really do appreciate all of the new people. I believe almost 1,500 people in a day and a half. So whatever's going on, I don't know, but thank you, and very blessed to have each and every one of you here. What do you think this is all about? Rule 2012 says, yes, I was Army 69 to 71. Heaven's Calling says, I think he became a martyr for their people. They very well could be. I mean, there's signs and pictures of him, but, a lot of people didn't like him too. Farting Fred, says Bones. We could say that. Farting Fred. Nah, Fantastic Freddy, it works a little bit better. Marfooglers are awesome. What's going on? Bob Dobbs, Keith Meyer, KW, Pam Beth, Holiday Kisser, E-Sheets, and Red Falcon, 1776. Daryl Calhoun. American student found in Russia. This is not a fun one to report on. After texting mom, I hope I'm not being abducted. What a scary, scary scenario. Dex, this is my local newspaper here, Seattle Times. This is really creepy.
Crazy. Like the last message is like, hey, I'm in a car with a stranger. I hope I'm not being abducted. And then unfortunately, so sad, like a few days later, the person is found deceased.
It says the last message that Becky Saru received from her daughter was ominous. Quote, I'm in a car with a stranger. I hope I'm not being abducted. 4 days later, Catherine Saru, a 34-year-old former Marine who had moved to Russia in 2019 to study law at the Lubushisk University in Nizhny Novgorod, was found dead. According to the Russian state news, investigators have detained a suspect who they believe gave her a ride. The man was arraigned in a central Russian court Sunday on murder charges, the Associated Press reported, adding that local media has identified him as 43-year-old Alexander Popov. That sounds really familiar for some reason. When she shared her story with NPR on Friday, Becky Saru was distraught, but hopeful that her daughter, she described as a resourceful veteran who had served a tour in Afghanistan, would still be found alive. But then a day later, Russia's investigative committee announced that the body of a missing foreign citizen had been found. Though the Russian state agency did not identify the victim, the U.S. State Department confirmed Catherine Saru's death in a statement to the Washington Post on Sunday and offered condolences to her family as well as assurances that the U.S. government was providing them all appropriate assistance. We are closely monitoring local authorities' investigation into the cause of death. What a scary thing. I have 3 daughters and I have a son, but mostly, I know the kind of different sections there. I've got my 15-year-old daughter, and she takes, Uber, but I could just imagine I got in a car and it's not an Uber, I think. I could just imagine. That's what I fear, That's why I always, if I do an Uber for my daughter, I say, confirm the license plate, confirm all that. I wonder how they caught this guy. If she thought that and she had the foresight to think that, did she take pictures inside the car and take a picture of him? One thing that I would say to any women or anybody, if you're a man that doesn't feel, very strong, or if you think you could be easily taken advantage of, I would say get your phone out, double tap that power button, and it goes right into it. If you have an Apple phone, in this case, they're in Russia, so I don't know if any of that works. But of course, the camera, send that to a family member. The worst case scenario, they've got a weird picture of a stranger. If the guy drops you off at your place, I would say that's better than what happened here. This is horrible.
And that's exactly what the mom speculated. She speculated that she had called an Uber because she was at some place that she needed a ride from, and potentially got into the wrong car and didn't realize. And then realized when they weren't heading to the destination and were heading into the forest, that's when she panicked and sent the text. That's what the mom was speculating.
Yes, Real Roaches says, Marf is talking about dem femboys. Yes, I'm talking about beta males. But again, I'm not trying to put anybody down. If you are and you know who you are, if you're a beta male, there's a lot of them, then take a picture, send it out. It's scary. I have a couple cousins that I know, if anybody tried to abduct them, I think, my dude cousins, I'm like, man, that kid would not survive at all. Or if you're a young kid, like my 14-year-old nephew's just sticking bones. He hasn't done, maybe in his 20s he'll beef up. But, man, if anybody, he would not be able to fight back. And that scares me, Especially scares you with your daughters. If your daughters are young. I saw that video a couple weeks ago of that daughter who was at a triangle inlet thing. And she's like 11 years old. She's in this triangle. This car drives up and actually drives back around, and the guy gets out to try to grab her, and she fights him. I think she kicked him in the groin, but she was just screaming as loud as she could, and nobody was around, but there was video of it. It says that she fought him off. I think that a car was coming, so the guy saw and just got, freaked out and got back in his car. But she fought, and that's so scary. In that second, that girl could have been gone and then just gone. They would never find her, or they find her, dead somewhere. That is so freaking scary that there's people like that now. It's disgusting. I think those people honestly have something else coming. We have, there's space in prison, for there should still be space in prison. Those people should not be in there, if you know what I mean. In fact, don't even waste resources. Okay, and then that's really sad. And then cryptocurrency confusion. Georgia man wakes up a trillionaire. What the hell's up with this, Dex? You're our Bitcoin expert here.
Yeah, so the guy put $20 in a cryptocurrency called Rocket Bunny, and woke up, not the next day, but woke up one day to check his balance, and apparently it went up to over $1 trillion. And of course he was like, "Oh my goodness, what do I do? I need to get this money."
No, are you kidding?
It wasn't. It doesn't appear that it's actually $1 trillion in value. It appears it was probably some sort of glitch, but now it's all frozen, and everybody's looking into it, trying to figure out why he woke up with $1 trillion.
What was it? Because it was a coin that was, literally a fractions of a half of a penny or something, and then he put $20 in it. And now he's got like 1,000 of these coins, and they're worth $10 or something, or
probably something like that. I think Coinbase was involved, and they're looking into it. A lot of people are trying to figure out like what's going on, but his account's frozen. But he said, if he did have $1 trillion, he would, give it away to other people and whatnot, and do good with it and take care of his family.
Okay,
but he doesn't expect it to actually happen. He just thought it was kind of funny, and he, sent a tweet to Elon and said, "Hey, you should help me out here. I'm a trillionaire now." And he told Coinbase he expects to go to the Christmas party this year, et cetera, et cetera.
So he's totally
got a lot
taking
of social media credit out of it.
He's totally okay. So, but here's the thing. So, did Rocket Bunny go up in value at all? Why is this even a thing? Did he not buy it, or?
No, it did not. It just, I think it was in the wallet that he had. It was showing as that amount, but elsewhere it was not.
Okay, so he didn't really have $1 trillion. But what if legally, should they be, accountable for doing that, or does that mean he has? Is that why they're going to tell him like, no, you actually have $24? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the legalities on it. I'm sure at the end of the day, if there's a mathematical error in displaying something, they're not held liable for it. So
he says he did check to make sure he bought into the correct online coin, since there are some scammers out there that did determine it was legitimate. But of course, he can't stop thinking if his 13-digit dividends were real. I just, oh my gosh, imagine that. Williams said he's been expecting the large sum to go away at any time, but instead it has been growing over the past few days. Oh my gosh. Okay, sell the damn stuff, whatever it is. I bet everybody's like, what are you doing? Like, try to sell your wallet or something. Sell it for a cool $1 billion, They're getting the deal of a lifetime. Put on a red tie and some crappy leather shoes and go sell it. Go sell it to a used car salesman. All right. Thank you for the D-Live, D-Love. Thank you. I appreciate everybody over there. Keep D-Live alive. I hope that people gotta, if you're gonna create, you guys gotta get creating, and more of you can do YouTube channels and do D-Live. You really have to do them together as a system. I hope all of you guys end up streaming over there. You guys we gotta keep D-Live alive. I think that it does have a lot of potential. Aaron Berg, thank you for subscribing. We the People 20, great show as always. Adam and Dex, we watch every night. Check out the Prophecy Watcher episodes on YouTube or free app to understand UFO disclosures. I will check it out. We the People 20, I appreciate that. And then let's see here, go over D-Live, thank you. Gone Girl 777 there, normalizing these. Lisa K23, Carolina Roots. Diamond fight between Priscilla R and Gone Girl 777, thank you. Sandra in Texas. Susan Loves Huskies is in the house. Rapture Girl Now. And then, of course, M. Menching says, happy late Father's Day, Adam and Dex. Thank you very much. And then no Fed, Res means no more war. Again, crazy stuff going on there. Maui Racing Realtor and Jay Bird. PMC 2020, thank you for driving up into a Ninja Guinea. I really do appreciate that. And then Nate Turney, I love that name. Thank you. I appreciate you and everybody else that is here tonight. So this is a positive thing, and this could have saved somebody from somebody who could be like a creeper that would, take a girl home like this. I thought, though, here's my thing on this. This is just professional. I'll explain why. Okay, so a bartender's fake receipt saves woman from being hit on by a creep. It says a Florida bartender saved 2 women from being hit on from a creepy customers by passing them a note disguised as a receipt. It went viral online for the quick thinking move. It says St. Petersburg drink slinger Matt Gutierrez shot to internet fame last week when a woman named Trinity Alley shared on Twitter how he helped her and a friend fend off the unwanted pickup artist. So what happened is this photo is actually posted after the incident. So after the guys were kicked out. So this creepy guy is essentially hitting on these women, and he's just super aggressive, possibly just drunk, just being one of these D-bags. Well, here's the picture taken after. They kind of reenacted it for the tweet, but what happened is, I'll tell you why this is right in so many ways. As the bartender, you're not offending a guy if at that point you could just say, hey, guy, quit being a D-bag. But if you don't know for sure, then you're not going to offend that customer by doing this. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. So this is the picture, basically reenactment of what happened right before. This guy ended up having to kick them out. Said, get the F away from these girls. They're not interested in you. That's super clear. The letter says, if this guy is bothering you, and pretended this was their receipt, put your ponytail on your other shoulder and I will have him removed. He's giving me the creeps. So this bartender basically said, I'll have him removed if, put your ponytail here. This guy kept hovering behind them. And I actually saw other people saying that they were, in that same bar saying this guy was super creepy. So basically, after that, she put it on the other shoulder. He said, you need to get the heck out. After he actually came back and tried to, get all up in their faces, was aggressive. And every one of us has seen those guys at the bar. They're just complete D-bags. They're probably 3 sheets to the wind, too drunk. I just think this is good. You don't see customer service like this anymore either. He's helping them out. This guy's probably not trying to hit on him. He looks like he's just being helpful here. I'll say that. And again, I think that's really professional. We don't run into good customer service like this anymore. If you have ever been to Target, Walmart, or any other store, it's just horrible. The customer used to be always right. That's totally been gone for decades now. So I think this was cool. Again, the guy ended up coming back 4 days later, and he refused to serve him because he was just such a D-bag. What do you think, though? Do you think that this was a slick move, handing her the receipt and then doing this? Again, I think that it was more professional than just saying, hey, quit bothering these ladies. Then you cause a big ruckus, and if the guy wasn't being a D-bag, then you don't offend anybody. All right, and then going over...
and Adam, I got a bonus article if you want it. It's in Screener.
Oh, sweet. Everybody's saying good, slick, very cool. Creepy customers are a bummer. I used to bartend. Yes, he did that well. I thought it was very smart. He didn't offend the guy that is the creep, because you don't know. If you are the bartender, you may not be fully into it, but they are kind of on top of it. I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. All right. You said in Screener we have a bonus article.
Yeah, it's something from one of the comments earlier about Ocala, Florida, and the booms going there.
Okay, so we have military booming in Florida. So I'm gonna load this up and show you. Is this from Foogle Fam?
Yes, this is from Foogle Fam. I think you had read the comment earlier when they were talking about this.
So there is
And
current.
the mod, I got to give credit to the mods who gave it to me. So sorry.
Well, which mod?
Well, let's give credit to. Looks like Jammer.
Jammer.
Yeah, Jammer
Good.
1. Thank you, Jammer.
Thank you, Jammer. Live booming in Ocala National Forest set for Friday through Sunday. So weird. It says some parts of Central Florida can expect the occasional boom in the distance as live booming is scheduled to take place in Ocala National Forest over the weekend, according to the statement. I want to show this. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Oops. Sorry about that. Let me see if I can find this real quick. There's a video of this. What were their names? Hold on. There's a video of the trumpets, and somebody recorded it with their iPad. Let's see. So many great people on Twitter. By the way, if you are not following us on Twitter, please go over and at Marfoogle is that. And then Dex, what is your Twitter? Can you your Dex
It's
J? But...
real Dex James, but it redirects you to Telegram.
Okay, so here it is. This is Pixel Candle, and this is a very, very creepy sound. I got exclusive permission to play this. By the way, I'm going to read you the description of this because it says, at Marfoogle, hey, Marf, I've always wondered what it would sound like to hear trumpets, the crazy stuff booms and things. Well, this was totally like listening to an orchestra. It got my attention. I grabbed my iPad and recorded this. I'm sure there are more who heard it. Westmont, Illinois at 10:50 p.m., either yesterday or the day before. What is even crazier is we have all of these crazy videos that have showed up of the lightning and things of these storms that have happened over the last couple days. So I wonder if I actually retweeted one of these. So
That's crazy. If I heard that in my backyard, I would freak out.
Oh, I would trip. I mean, that is I'm going to play this one
That's
more
nuts.
time. I'm going to play this one more time, but now you have the description. This is Westmont, Illinois. If you have video of this, send it to me at marfooglenews.com/playmyvideo, or just go to marfooglenews.com and there's a tab at the very top. You can go and submit it and we'll show it here on the show. These trumpets, these weird sounds, they're very, very creepy, and I want as many examples of this as possible. Great job. Pixel Candle, thank you so much for sending me that. Again, very, very creepy. If you listen close, you definitely want to put on some earphones if you listen to that at home. It's in the background, and it's just this weird grinding. The same shots, though. Weird. The sky looks like all of these videos that came out yesterday with all this lightning. What was that, Dex?
Yeah, I was going to say, and this is in comments, a lot of people are saying tornado sirens, not tornado sirens. So the one thing I would say, in my experience, because we have tornadoes here, that doesn't sound anything like a tornado siren, but it does sound like it's rotating, right? You hear the sound and then you hear it fade away, and then you hear the sound and you hear it fade away, which is what a tornado siren does, but they do not sound like that at all. They sound more like those creepy, air raids kind of sirens that are much deeper.
Yes, in fact, let's see here. Tornado warning. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find.
I wonder if they're all the same around the U.S. or if they're different. Maybe somebody got cute and plugged a trumpet into the air horn.
I don't know. It's very creepy. When you listen close, I think that you would have to listen with your earphones. Oh, so creepy. That's one thing we don't have. Okay.
Yeah, that's what ours sound like. But they warble all the way through.
Yeah, what an incredible... There's a lot of great stuff on here. Well, anyways, so just to remind you, if you have not already, make sure to go over and at least check out NordVPN. Everybody should be protecting themselves against cyber threats, especially right now. Solar winds and everything that's going on. Us as consumers are extremely at high risk. I believe that almost every person here has had, in some way, shape, or form, has had their information get screwed up because of that. Almost all of the Fortune 500 companies that you've given your information to that have your credit card on file, they are most likely right now hacked by either CIA, government, U.S., iCountry, whoever knows, NK. Either way, I would highly suggest actually protecting yourself. But on top of that, NordVPN, what it does is it hides your IP address, and it can actually, you can even pick where you want your IP address to show you as. But it will also stop any kind of data logging on you. Nobody needs to know what the heck you're doing on there. So again, go to marfooglenews.com/VPN. That's again, marfooglenews.com/VPN. Use the special codes Marfoogle to save upwards of 70%. There's different sales going on all the time. All right, Dex, what is going on with the online content here?
Wow. So we've got some really interesting things over there. So the governor down in Florida, some interesting stats came out related to him and others in the future contests that are coming up. Definitely some other things. Oh, do you remember the couple that got arrested for trying to protect their home? They're back in the news. You might want to go check that out and see what's going on. And lots of other content that we can't necessarily talk about on the show. Some of it's opinionated. Some of it's just too hard for us to cover with the algos. So go to marfooglenews.com, click on the thumbnail for the show, scroll down, look for web-only content. Just the most important pieces that we can find that we put there so that you can get right to the important additional news that you're missing out on. Again, marfooglenews.com, click on the thumbnail, scroll down to web-only content.
All right, and then there you can find every way to support us as well. If you would like to, go above and beyond. There are a few people that do, and we honestly can't say thank you, and thank you for your blessings every single day. We really do appreciate it. And for every Foogle family out there, we're getting so close. I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to jinx it. I want to get you guys together. I want everybody to be able to organize and have a great time and to work with each other, and all sorts of great stuff is coming. We the People 20, great show as always. Thank you, and thank you. You guys, everybody that has shown up tonight, I appreciate each and every one of you. And then Yo Respot Official, thank you. Super awesome. Says YoRespot.com is a free speech alternative. I actually never heard of that one. Toss Dare from Australia, thank you so much. I'm a cryptocurrency trader. Honestly, I've been watching so many people put way too much money in and getting into trouble. It's a great job, but please understand it before investing. Sending positive vibes to you all. I know that's right. Again, I've learned enough about it to realize that you, one, have to diversify, and you can't just put a bunch of money into a tiny coin that you think is going to blow up like Bitcoin again. It's just, that's not how it works. Some of them will never get big, and you have to understand how that makes sense. Let's see here. John Gleddy says, Adam, I'm still waiting for Dex. Again, we will have to get back to you again. I actually did send you a message on that. Let's see here. I can't read the rest of it. Hold on. Bones, thank you so much. About Zero Down Solar, we'll have to talk about that again. John, thank you for reaching out to us. Bones, thank you so much. Dirty Jersey Fresh, Ghost Cities. What if they've been planning an invasion of the USA for years, then force the remaining citizens to live in the U.S. like cities, and for labor? Ooh, that's creepy. That is a creepy one. Yo Respot Official. I don't know why that was deleted. I hope you deleted that one. And then Christine Seedman says, if you love the beach, check out Christine Seedman on YouTube. Marf and Dex fam. Texicali 74, thank you. Just showing some love. God is all good all the time. And then Amber B Subaru WRX says, don't kick the cat, remember? Ha ha ha. You are old school Foogle fam. Thank you so much for being here this long. Stephen McMahon says, I'm not a cat. God bless all announced. Now I get Stephen's comment there. Support Marv. Global Witness, thank you again. So nice talking to you. Close Encounter of the Eggplant. And Frankie Rios. Thank you, Aliyah. Thank you, everybody that supported tonight. Again, we are truly independent. We do not have a multi-channel network. You guys are a backbone. Thank you to Gone Girl 777. Thank you, Kelly2334. Thank you, everyone over on DLive. Again, M Menching. We have a lot of really great people over there as well. Let's see, PMC 2020, Lisa K23, Bear Claws. Dex, can you read who the top three over on DLive are?
Absolutely. In the number 3 position, we have PMC 2020. Number 2 would be Kelly 2334. And in the number 1 position is Gone Girl 777. Thank you very much.
All right, now it is officially time for the shoutro. It's not an outro. It's not a shout out. It's a shoutro. Triple seven in the big die. Jeff Sigler in the real show creeping now. Christy Seaman, Aaron Burr. We the people, 20 in the doomer. I now gonna be in the brain tumor. Stephen McMahon, everybody burn me. I'm bringing down stormy. I'm gonna go down like a stormy weather. Stormy weather. Stormy 75702. I bring it back and I know it's loving you. she didn't wanna Bobby crazy. Bye-bye, but the cheesy and top 3. Yabba dabba in the bite and the Bobby off. Bobby joy in the snap or snapper B. I'm out here racing realtor. I'm out here racing realtor. Rap's gone now, got that J.L. Shea heart, bring it back down and you apart. Marfoogle family, geographically free, everybody knows that. Everybody wanna do this out there. Priscilla arm is on care. Snubble B in the CK Freddy. Need it all hard, bring it back ready. Don't get lady, boom down now. Jolly Fry guy in the juicy now. Listen on the beat down on the guy. Feel Billy in the 99 giant twisty. I got the C, have a rockin' for life. I got the me Mar and the rockin' for life. I the 236 in the Marquee Hall. Bring it back, Luz W and all. Lionels with the Marfoogle go. Harry Balls, the rest he all the ball. With the shout to pray. I bring it back with me. A PCM the known with the DB bones. Looking for the Faraday back to blow. Boom, dom, 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 dom. Dom, 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 dom. Gonga, gonga, 7 gonna bring it. A gonga, gonga, gonga. A gonga, 7 gonna bring it. The gas electric and the money for it. Young lady bringing on bound room. That's taking a little more than 2 hours I do. Got the sooner and day and the guy and high rapture. I rap the grown now. Everybody got the bones in each other. Shut it wrong now. Back in here. We true rapper and not prejudice there. I gotta go back around and not smoky rhyme. Marfoogle road and this never be a number 9. At least all hard to this out there. Holiday gets and the issues out there. Gonga 7 on the number 1. Gonga 7 on the number 1. Gonga 7 never leaving you. There's no world without Gone Girl. There's no world without Gone Girl. Gone Girl got it twirl. 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 Mexican love. I said to Mexico for love for elbow car. Bring it back down and down. Sick of it, he shouts out the back down it eye. And every single name in the chat if you ever been there, yeah. Got it witness, Bobby, your joy. Maybe I should put the big door, need the door not down in the bottom of the bay. Kick him on the down and kick him in the teeth. I see Hellraiser on that 6 pound. Jenny of Chandler got the break no. based on everybody as you chat now.